Welcome back to Point of Contention. 5 topics, 5 minutes, 5 points of contention. I'm Zach Harper. We got Andrew Schleck producing. Coming up on the show, Beal deals, Nuggets going back to back, Pelicans moving to 2, Kuminga on the block, and boom or bust in the NBA draft. Subscribe to the new YouTube channel by searching The Athletic NBA Show, or just go click on the name of the video here and hit subscribe. Subscribe to The Bounce, free NBA newsletter from The Athletic. Sign up at theathletic.com/the bounce. Today is June 15th, National Smile Power Day. What the hell does that mean? Jay, give us your best smile for our YouTube audience. Terrible. In this corner, he covers the Celtics. He used to be the.
That's a beautiful smile.
I don't care. I honestly didn't. I'm still looking at the doc. I wasn't. Check it out. Yeah. James wins. In this corner, he covers the Celtics. He used to be the president of the Dillon Brooks fan club. He got out way too late. He now awaits the arrival of Cooper Flagg. It's Jay Sacramento. Okay, Jay, favorite TV show now that the NBA season is over?
I started watching The Crowded Room. That joint is good on Apple TV with Tom Holland. I'm telling you, that joint is good. It's 3 episodes in so far, so you can get caught up real quick. It's kind of dark, mysterious.
Okay.
I like it right now. That's my new joint.
Spider-Man? Right, is that Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Is it weird to see him do some actual acting instead of just doing a bunch of stupid CGI shit all the time?
Yeah, I was surprised because he's like dark and brooding character in this day, and yeah, he does a really good job. I didn't know he could act like that.
Of course not. He's been in Marvel movies. In this corner, Flint, Michigan native, Detroit legend, and a believer in the process. It's James Edwards III. James, what's your favorite TV show now that the NBA season is over? You're just golfing. You're just golfing.
I actually I haven't golfed that much. I only golfed twice. This doesn't sound wild, but you know what I've been watching? I've been going on YouTube and watching like the funniest moments of To Catch a Predator.
Wow.
I didn't realize how again, it's a serious show, of course, but they definitely had comedic production to it. I forgot how
it is
entertaining that show is.
For me, as we record this,
it is To Catch a Predator
pre 8 a.m. and I did not think I was going to hear the funniest moments of To Catch a Predator.
That's some sick stuff, honestly.
I mean,
Chris Hansen comes in. Would you like to explain yourself? And they're just like naked in the kitchen. Like it seems fake, but I was too young, or I don't know. I didn't realize it was that funny. Sue me.
Well, I guess that's the banter portion of the document. Yeah, we got in front of us.
I was not prepared for that one.
Jay, how's the weather in Boston right now? It's a little gloomy here in LA. It's been gloomy for about 2 weeks.
It's almost as gross as James's view on TV, man.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
No, James, you just sit this. We're just talking weather right now. We're good. It's
Chris Hansen's a legend, man.
Okay, yeah. Schleck, how you doing? You know what? We'll just move on. How about this? Schleck, start the clock. Take one. Beal or no Beal? On Wednesday, Shams Charania reported that the Washington Wizards and Bradley Beal will work together to find a trade for the 3-time All-Star if the team elects to reset the roster in the near future, according to league sources that told him and Josh Robbins. Beal has 4 years and over $207 million left on his contract, and the league's only no trade clause. Of course, he's going to be able to control where he wants to go if the Wizards decide to hit the reset. They do have Michael Winger in there as the new lead executive. So, Jay, let's start this off. Do you think it is the right thing for the Wizards to do? And which team should target Bradley Beal?
This was the right thing for the Wizards to do years ago.
Yeah, we've been waiting for this, right? We've been waiting for both sides to be like, all right, let's get this shit going.
Let's actually have a plan in Washington for not just how to be the 9th or 10th best team or 11th or 12th best team in the Eastern Conference, but to actually do something relevant in the future. And so It's good that they have new leadership. It's good that they seem to finally be considering this. His value is not super high, even though he's coming off a productive season when he was on the court. I don't know what they'll get. Honestly, it won't be like the Rudy Gobert package, even though he might make more of a difference than Rudy Gobert will over the course of his contract. Miami needs to go get him. Miami is a great fit for him. To put Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo with a guy who can space the court but also create his own offense would just be so huge. It's one thing to have Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, guys who are capable of doing some stuff. It's quite another to have an all-NBA caliber player who can drive your offense, who can let Jimmy Butler rest a little bit, who can just carry you for stretches. They needed that. Their offense in that Denver series, I think they had 96 points, just eclipsed 96 points just once in the entire series.
The win.
That's it. 96 points. And part of that was it was a super slow pace, but they needed to play at a super slow pace because they could not score with Denver. And they need somebody, whether it's Bradley Beal or some other great perimeter creator, to just liven things up a little bit. They're close. They're super close. They've made the finals 2 times in the last 4 seasons, but they need someone to get them over that hump. And I think Beal could potentially do it.
Can I throw 2 dark horse teams in there that he won't go there because there's no trade clause? I would like to see Indiana go for it. I think Beal would help them. I think Tyrese is mature enough to massage that and get that to work quicker than I guess maybe people are fearful that Beal falls off. But I like that team. I think they're close. And then Memphis. Can Memphis?
Oh yeah, Memphis would be a great fit.
I think Memphis would be great.
Yeah,
but
although
I don't know about financially how that works. But
what I would be concerned about in Memphis is if you do go after Beal, then you have him and Bane, who are both 6'4", next to Ja Morant, who's also a smaller guard. Like that's just not a ton of perimeter size next to Jaren Jackson, especially as Steven Adams eventually probably ages out, and in the playoffs sometimes he's not even super playable in certain matchups.
That's fair. I won't argue that. Would you trade Bane?
Kenneth Lofton Jr., not a big guy, big time player.
Yeah,
not a big guy. Kenneth Lofton Jr.
Well, he's not
a
tall.
Big guy.
He's not tall.
He's the first time anyone has ever said that. Tiny Kenneth Lofton Jr.
He's a 6'1.5" power forward. No, he's like 6'7", right? 6'7", maybe 6'8", 6'8" on a good day.
Yeah, that's generous.
I see. He's just not. There's not a lot of length there. Eric Name of The Athletic, who covers the Milwaukee Bucks, he tried to break down what a trade would look like for the Bucks, and you have to essentially give up Middleton, which means he would have to opt in for his player option, and then be willing to. He would have to do it knowing he's being moved to Washington, or you trade Drew Holiday. I just don't know if those are good deals for the Bucks.
I would trade Middleton, not Drew.
Yeah, I mean Middleton, especially we'll see
if he would do
it.
It. Yeah,
but that could be.
I don't know, man. Like Middleton, we've seen him in the playoffs. We've seen him in the finals be able to do all that stuff. We've never seen it with Beal. He's never gone on a deep playoff run, and that would concern me if I'm the Bucks trying to make that happen. Especially Middleton's now 1 year removed.
But now he's the number 2. Right, I mean, behind Giannis, it might
make the case 2B.
Yeah, but there's a balance there. There's a balance there between being capable of carrying the offense and also being willing to just step back and let Giannis cook sometimes. And maybe Beal has that, but I think it'd be a real risk to do that. I think I would rather move Drew than Middleton, and then just lean more into offense, and then.
Yeah, if you think there's going to be a drop-off with Drew soon, maybe, but there might be a drop-off injury-wise with Middleton. All right, take 2. Nuggets going back-to-back on Monday night. The Denver Nuggets beat the Miami Heat in Game 5 of the Finals to win the NBA title. They're led by a pretty young core of Jokic, 28 years old, Jamal Murray, 26, and MPJ, 24. James, are we seeing the beginning of a long run of dominance from the Denver Nuggets? Should they be favored to go back to back. As of BetMGM, they are.
Yes, and yes. I don't know how many questions there were there. I thought
yes to all of them.
Okay, yeah, yes to all of them. I mean, listen, my biggest fear when it comes to these teams that break out of the mold and win the title, we talked about it when Milwaukee won, is like, do they have the urgency to go do it again? Like, one, if you're Denver, shuts a lot of people up for a long time. Milwaukee, same thing, right? But Jokic's demeanor is so already like, I don't IDGAF.
Yeah.
That like that's just who he is. Like, he's just going to play ball and he's better than everybody. And I think that's going to be fine. I think Jamal still has a lot to prove. The depth should be there. See what happens with Bruce Brown. But I just still think that's like the most balanced team. Like, I thought coming into the season, that was the case. I love their offseason. I don't see how that changes. I mean, KCP this is what, his second title. So like, he's becoming like the pros pro. Like, I wouldn't worry about him. And I also just like, the league's in a weird spot where I love it. I just don't fear any team. Like, can Phoenix get depth? Can they shake it up? Can they move Ayton? What
Right.
can Portland do? What will Portland do? I don't know why I went to Portland second. Sorry.
I don't know.
Rebuild.
That was a wild move.
That's I mean, yeah. I guess if the Nuggets go on a title run, what can Portland do to stop it in 5 or 6 years?
Well, I just say that because I have the third pick, so they could make I don't know. But then there's like Golden State. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they do something weird this summer that could backfire. And then in the East, it's like Boston has to show it. What's Middleton in Milwaukee? Like, is he? I don't know. I just don't see anybody as balanced and as good as Denver, assuming that they can keep the depth together, which I think they can.
They were so far better than anybody else in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, it was not even close. And Jokic separated himself from even the other best players in the league. There is nothing you can do with him. There is not a single strategy you can try with other players. I feel like there's at least something you could try to do with Jokic, just like he's going to destroy you no matter what. It doesn't matter. And so obviously there are questions. Can they come back? Can they stay healthy? Can they stay as motivated as they were this year? Seemed like they had a huge chip on their shoulder. Michael Malone was just talking crap the whole time. They had Jamal Murray. He's never made an all-star team, which seems insane, but he just had such a chip on his shoulder because of all that stuff, because coming back from the injury. Can they keep that motivation? And then like, they do have some injury questions. Can Murray stay healthy? Can Michael Porter Jr. with all his back surgeries stay healthy?
Yeah.
Obviously, like, a lot went right for them, especially during the playoffs. Anytime it has to win a championship, and especially to go 16-4 in a playoff run, which is just bonkers. But they're set up as well as anybody for the future. And now that Jokic has answered some of the questions about he's answered the questions about whether he can defend at the level he needs to in the playoffs. I do think there are ways that you can challenge him and in ways that the Heat just couldn't do.
Not attack him with 12-foot jumpers that you don't worry about an opponent hitting.
Yeah. Like if he went up against Dame or somebody like that, like there would be
remember Portland,
there.
As James brought up, Portland is gonna.
I had to bring up Portland again because Portland.
David Zion, baby.
David Zion. Let's get to it.
Let's get it.
Yeah, the one thing, like, back to back, like, yeah, man, they're probably favored unless you just think a better team more capable of challenging them is coming out of the East. And then sure, like, if you think Milwaukee's that team, if you think Boston is that team, then I get that. I think the one thing is, like, when people start saying, oh, like, long term they can do this, long term is never what we think it's going to be, right? Yeah. Like, Miami gets
so fast.
Miami gets LeBron and Wade and Bosh together, and it's like, oh, the next 10 years, here we go. And it's like, it was 4. And it was 2 titles. Yeah, it was very successful. It was 4. Oh, KD joins the Warriors. Oh, well, there goes the next decade of basketball. It was 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, like, you never know with that stuff. But in terms of short-term title contention, like, yeah, man, they're up there. How could they not be?
I also think once you win it, there are different problems that come with that. Sorry for cutting you out. Like, there are just new problems. They'll suddenly have pressure. They'll suddenly have the national spotlight on them. How are they going to handle all that stuff?
How's Michael Malone going to motivate without being able to say nobody picked us? Now he's gonna be like, everyone picked us. Now we're pressure. Yeah.
That's Michael Malone.
Let's take a quick break, fellas. When we come back, Pelicans making moves.
Today's show is brought to you by Front Door. Download the Front Door app and get a free video chat. We all have that long, incredibly nagging home to-do list that we keep putting off. It's full of annoying stuff that just needs to be fixed. A dripping dishwasher, hole in the drywall, or maybe your dryer is not actually drying your clothes. Well, wouldn't it feel great to get all that done? Well, now you can, and it's easier than ever. Introducing Front Door, the all-new one-stop home repair and maintenance app. Front Door lets you video chat with experts in real time so you can diagnose the problem faster. Sometimes you can fix it yourself on the video chat, or Front Door will send you a list of vetted and trusted pros to come out and help solve the problem. With a Front Door membership, it's easy to cross things off your home to-do list and enjoy that feeling of done. Download the app now and get a free video chat with an expert to start solving your problems today.
And we're back. Take 3. Pelicans moving to 2 earlier this week. Shams reported New Orleans Pelicans are expected to aggressively pursue a top pick and suggested they're interested in trading up for Scoot Henderson. For the Pelicans to do that, it would take a good amount of future draft compensation. Also, for a team like the Hornets or Blazers to move out of the draft, they need a player too. So, Jay, if you're the Pelicans, would you consider moving Brandon Ingram or Zion Williamson for the 2nd or 3rd pick? And which player would you rather give up?
I would rather give up Brandon Ingram.
What?
I'm here's
the thing.
Like, he's one of my favorite players.
Brandon also Ingram, not as injured. Injured, but not as injured.
And I feel like I've seen him be the best player in a playoff series. Or close to it.
He's been pretty good.
The first round. It was like the first round.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Zion Williamson.
I haven't seen Zion play past the All-Star break.
Brandon Ingram, first of all, he's not the healthiest guy in the world either, which has been one of the issues for New Orleans on top of all Zion stuff. I just think Zion is an otherworldly prospect when he's healthy. And I would rather bank on the upside.
She'd be cute if she looked different.
Even if at this point it's extremely limited. We've seen it with Joel Embiid. Look at Joel Embiid, the start to his career. If you ever would have envisioned him becoming a reliable guy, an MVP, somebody who can play significant minutes in a playoff series,
we've still yet to see a great playoff series out of him, but sure.
You're not.
He lost to the Hawks. I just said significant minutes. There was no talk of what he's done in the playoffs compared to the regular season. I just think I would bet on the upside. I would rather move Ingram. It might be crazy because Zion's career is certainly been off to a weird and unfortunate start. And it's really hampered their entire organization. But I when he's on the court, he's so special. I would bet on him, even though it's much like riskier bet. Look, I'm as high on Zion as anybody as a prospect, but instead of alarms going off because you're worried about what he's going to do to your team, it's just a code red, like a Mountain Dew code red that is just all over his career. Like that's all. Like he just
Mountain Dew. He definitely drinks code red. Zion definitely does.
Yeah,
and he's too old to be a prospect still. Like I understand the age thing, but like Zion has been. What year was he? 2018.
That sounds right.
And he's played
maybe
19.
I think
he has even played 150 carear regular season games. I don't even know is 100 around. Like if you said over under,
he's 22 by the way. Too young to be a prospect.
Too old to be. Not when he's 22. He's good.
He's about to be 23.
He's good. Weeks. That's the thing. Like you said, when we see him play, he's good. He's beyond like this prospect. He just doesn't play.
He's at 114 career games.
So that's my thing. It's crazy. Like. We know what he is. Like it's not there's no.
He's a monster when he plays. We know this.
Yeah, it was a roundabout way of saying like he is what he is. He just doesn't play. Which to me, I still think for sure Zion gets you more value than Ingram. I think you also are able to build a piece or build a team around Ingram, quote unquote, or whoever you get with the picks that you would get from Zion, and still have a really good team. Like I just think that team as constructed is actually like really good. They have a bunch of 6'7" to 6'9" long guys who can shoot the ball and defend. They have a scorer in CJ. Like, you add a couple more pieces and add some depth and like get some draft picks from it. I don't know. I just would rather bank on that team building than hoping Zion can give me 65 games twice in 10 years.
Or even 45 games.
Something.
Yeah. The one thing I would caution though in a move like this, like, because you could move right up to the 2 by saying, here's Zion, right? Like, not even like here's some Zion in a pick, like here's Zion, Charlotte. You want to try to be relevant. Is
LaMelo and Zion would be fun.
That would be fantastic.
Be
Look, I think Scoot Henderson's going to be a monster. I don't know if I want to take the ball out of Brandon Ingram's hands so someone else can set up the offense. I kind of like when Ingram sets up stuff.
I do too.
And that's the only thing where I'm like, I don't mind them making a deal to move up, but I don't think Brandon Miller's that dude. And Scoot is great, but you're in a league that's saturated the point guard position. Like, I just think that you find different ways, and that's through the wings.
And they have a lot of them though. Good ones.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Dyson Daniels
I think
is one of my favorite young players.
and I didn't even mention Dyson Daniels. I was thinking
remember when Jay in the group chat was like, Dyson Daniels is an all defensive player.
Day one.
30 seconds into his career.
He was guarding Josh Giddey at Summer League, and he got hired.
Getting torched.
I said he was a very good defender.
He was getting torched in whatever game.
Jaylen Brown was giving him buckets.
Yeah, I guess anytime Jaylen Brown's not turning the ball over, it must be the regular season.
I'm telling you, Dyson Daniels is good though.
He will be.
Really
yeah,
good.
I know. I believe in him. I just wouldn't call him an all defensive player.
I don't think I use those terms, but
I'll find it. Take 4, Kuminga, more like Kumingo. On Wednesday, that was Schleck, not me. And on Wednesday, it was reported by ESPN that the Warriors are dangling Jonathan Kuminga as a trade piece in order to acquire a high draft pick. That should work out well. The Warriors lost in round 2 to the Lakers and are looking to upgrade that roster this summer. James, do you think any teams in the lottery could use Kuminga? And if you're a lotto team, would you want him over your pick?
I have a team.
Okay.
Because I don't think this pick is as valuable as it's being floated out there.
He's going to send everybody to Indiana.
Dallas at 10.
Oh.
I don't necessarily love who you could get at 10 in this draft.
Yeah.
I think Dallas would like to emphasize athleticism, length on the wing. Like, I think that's important.
Yeah.
Still on a rookie deal. You're still like, you're adding a piece for the future. Whether he works out or not is another question, but they've kind of were forced to tank their future when Luka got too good too fast. I would like him in Dallas. That is my pick. And I don't know if I would for sure give up 10 for Kuminga, but I think about it if I were Dallas, assuming the 10th pick isn't as valuable as I don't think it is in this draft. But yeah, I'm not an executive.
That sounds like right about where I would consider moving a pick for Kuminga, because he's done very little over the first 2 years of his career. But that dude
more than Dyson Daniels.
Wow.
That's not necessarily true.
Of course that's true.
It's true.
Of course that's true.
Kuminga could not get on the court for a team that desperately needed length and athleticism in the playoffs. Yeah.
I also think Dyson Daniels only played.
So did Ish Smith.
Don't go.
Oh, don't do that. No,
No.
don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying. The Nuggets got all the
Kuminga played 8 minutes in the NBA Finals in 2022. 8 minutes.
How many minutes did Ish play?
None.
Why are we slandering Ish?
There's no Ish slander. Ish is one of the best.
No, you literally just slander.
If Schleck had more time to produce this, we would have you rewind and then have you say it again. That was Ish slander.
Celtics. Ish is one of the one team that Ish never played for, so Jay doesn't know how nice he is.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
I do. I've spoken to him a couple of times. He seems like an absolute gem. However, back to Kuminga.
What a non-compliment that was.
Back to Kuminga. The Warriors need what he provides, and they still wouldn't play him. And so I would have red flags about him because of that. Otherwise, He's a super talented dude who has rare athleticism, rare fluidity at that size.
Is there anybody you hate?
I would want to take a bet on him.
You and Tony Jones like every prospect under 22.
He hates Dante DiVincenzo.
Why do I hate
he's not a prospect? But
I was
gonna
say
he hates DiVincenzo. Yeah.
Why do I hate Dante DiVincenzo?
You were like, no, you said something like, I don't fuck with him, or I don't know, because I don't know. I made some comment about one white player guarding another white player. You're like, I don't mess with DiVincenzo.
Who's your least favorite player in the league?
Yeah, that's a good question. Who is? Oh, Karl Anthony Towns. That's his least favorite.
Oh, yeah. Man, don't get me started on Karl Towns. What is he? Are you serious? You changed the game.
When it's all done,
this
he's changed the game.
He changed the game. People
he said it to Pat Bev.
He changed the game. He can't even change the Timberwolves. He can't even change them.
Well, to be fair, that's
they've
not
been one of the worst franchises, and he can't even change them.
Look, man, KG barely did it, and they weren't even successful, right? Like that's not fair. That's the Timberwolves.
This dude has never been out of the first round, and most of the time with comments like that, like, who cares? Guys are gonna say confidence.
Just wait till they trade for Dyson Daniels.
He reaches a level of delusion that I think it might actually impact how he develops, how he plays, everything. This dude thinks he's an all-time great.
I agree with that last part.
And someone needs to sit him down and be like, look, man, you're not an all-time great. You're not even
Anthony
close.
Edwards.
You need to become tougher. You need to be able to make better decisions. You need to be able to be more reliable when it comes to it in the playoffs.
I need Ant to say all this to him.
Smaller guys who guard you in the post. Like Dylan Brooks guarded this man and he couldn't do anything.
Now go get me Chick-fil-A.
Pat Beverly should not be gassing this up. When Pat Beverly was on the Timberwolves, he should have been telling this man he's not even close. Just
Jimmy tried to tell us.
Speak some reality to Karl Towns.
Jimmy's never lied.
Drag him back down to earth. Make sure that he gets in the gym and becomes a real difference maker for his own team.
He's made like $400 million. Why would he ever think anything different? I mean, I
feel like he has gotten paid like beyond epic proportions. Is he even 24?
Family's life.
No, I want to say he's like 26. 26.
Is he that old?
27 maybe. Yeah, because he was in the same draft.
Prospect.
He was 2015.
He's too old to be a prospect.
He's too old to be a prospect for sure. Yeah, Cat
has been in the league forever.
Yeah, Cat's 27.
Damn.
How does he think he changed the game? Al Horford made more 3-pointers per game than this man did this season at 36.
To be fair, the Rudy Gobert thing just really screwed things up. All right, let's move on. Take 5. We don't need to go deep on the Timberwolves in fucking June, okay? Take 5, boom or bust. The NBA draft is a week away. All eyes are on Wembanyama. He is thought to be a generational can't miss talent. He is. Outside of Wemby, there is a battle for number 2 in the draft between Scoot Henderson and Brandon Miller. After those 3, no clear consensus on where players will go. Every draft, there's someone underrated that gets traded mid to late lottery, becomes a star. And there's someone who is drafted high that is a total bust. So we're going to put out our predictions early. Jay, who is undervalued and will be a future star, and who is overvalued and will be this year's bust?
Jarris Walker is undervalued. That dude is going to be really
He's going to go like
good.
5 or 6.
And he will be awesome.
He's like a top 6 pick.
I'm going to be covering him in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
awesome.
James is all over this beat.
I like him.
I love that dude. He reminds me of Bam with maybe a little more offensive game down the road.
Wow.
Which would be amazing.
Bam has some offensive game. He just doesn't do it in the playoffs.
Facts. Who's your
Bam
overrated?
has some offensive game. He's just not a finisher. He's just not a great finisher against like top defenses.
It's scary in there in the postseason.
Bam. So my underrated, I'm not gonna say this person turned to a star, but it's gonna be like one of those guys that's like swings a series or like is consistently in a rotation. Like KCP late is what I'm gonna go with. Jordan Hawkins, UConn.
He's good. He's good.
Beautiful shooting stroke.
Yeah.
Quick twitch. Like I've never seen like a pure shooter get the shot off, like look like he can go 100 miles per hour and then just stop on it. Like love his game. Like I just think that dude is going to translate. I think he can get bigger, be a better defender. I think the ball handling has some upside. I'm a big Jordan Hawkins fan. Somebody in the teens is going to be happy. Overrated.
Real quick on Jordan Hawkins. He's the only person who could defeat the mighty San Diego State Aztecs. Only person.
Fact.
Everyone else was just cowardly and just scared of this brand of basketball the Aztecs had developed.
No, you're right. I forgot about that. Shout out to the Aztecs. And then overrated. I mean, we're almost. Is this the end? Like, are we ending after?
Yeah.
Like, we gotta relax on Victor. We gotta relax.
Ooh.
Like, everybody's saying,
he's gonna.
The expectations put on this kid, I feel bad for him.
He's going to be so fucking good. Like, this dude is so good. What are you talking about? Talking about?
I like Porzingis is good too. Let's wrap it up.
Come on.
You know what? I'm kind of with James.
Let's go.
Kinda with James.
Let's go.
I'm kind of with him.
People gotta relax.
All these highlights on Twitter of him going through his legs and shooting fadeaway threes. He shot 29% from 3-point range. Maybe his mentality about the game needs to change. Maybe he won't be all that.
We just watched DeJuan. We've sent memes in our group chat of DeJuan Blair putting him under the rim.
I wish you guys could see Zach. You need to go watch this on YouTube just to see Zach right now. He looks absolutely crushed right now that he even has to look
crushed.
at us.
No, not crushed.
This.
I want to put this in like a really like well defined. That's so fucking stupid of you two. This guy is a monster. The fuck are you talking about? Jay in the group chat, Chet Holmgren this, Chet Holmgren that. Are you fucking high?
Cooper Cup, or what's my man's name?
Cooper Flag.
It might as well be
Cooper Flag, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Victor's going to be really good.
He's a monster.
Victor's not going to be
generational. He's generational. We're just over here playing devil's advocate a little bit.
No devil's advocate. That's not what this is. By the way, second best player in the draft. It's Cam Whitmore. That dude's a bucket. He is my type of guy. He doesn't.
100%.
He's my most overrated. He's my most overrated.
He doesn't do shit but put up shots. And I could not love a player more.
For entertainment purposes, I want the Pistons game. I think him with Cade and Jaden would be fun.
I think they could trade everybody, just put him on the court 1-on-5. And
he is such a Zach guy. I'm mad I didn't even bring that up.
He averaged less than one assist a game.
Historically bad assist.
Oh my god.
He's my most overrated. And then another underrated, Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh is going to be good.
I really like Anthony Black.
I believe in Jordan Walsh.
I think
he's really good too.
Yeah,
I like Anthony Black.
He's going to be a monster as well. Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to watch these two morons say that Wemby isn't any good, you can do that on the YouTube page.
We didn't say that.
We didn't say that.
Basically,
he said that maybe he won't be by far the best player of all time.
Maybe he'll be October Bull.
No, this is a conversation for another day.
You cannot bring up Bull. You cannot.
I didn't bring up Bull.
You just brought up Bull.
That shit ended real quick after October, didn't it? Yeah, maybe we could chill on that. All right, that's gonna do it for Point of Contention. Subscribe to the Athletic, subscribe to all of our pods.
Bull.
For Jay, for James, for Schlecht, I'm Zach. Keep your eyes locked on Bull in October.